we are very much appreciative of the decision which published today about the British government for supporting Ukraine for 2.3 billion pounds for year 2023. I just want to say that this is mostly not an economic support, but the military support, and this is exactly what we need now, because this is the shortest way to the peace. More weapons, this is the shorter way to the peace, because otherwise it would be victory of Russia. And I'm just returned back this morning, a couple of hours ago, from the south of Ukraine, from Kherson region, on the border with the Nikolaev region. And I just want to say the words of the Ukrainian soldiers, which definitely thank our partners from US, from UK, from NATO, for the artillery, for the ammunition, for the drones. They kindly ask the anti-aircraft missiles. This is definitely vital, because a lot of the Russian bombers and jet fighters is in the air. I saw it with my own eyes. They want to thank for their HIMARS. This is also extremely efficient. And with that situation, I think that the factor of the successful counterattack is just two. First, this is the bravery, professionalism of the new Ukrainian armed forces, which was created in the year 2014. And I'm proud that me, as a Supreme Commander-in-Chief of Ukrainian Armed Forces, start to create it based on the NATO standard. And point number two, this is the counter-offensive operations start to be possible only because of the Western assistance.
Well, Mr. Poroshenko, let me butt in. I apologise. I want to wait for you to finish that very important thought there, not least what you've seen and witnessed there in the south of the country. There's quite a strong feeling here as well that in pledging that at least £2.3 billion, Liz Truss is also sending a very important message to some other European leaders. Don't get wobbly now. You may be German, you may be suffering the energy crisis even more than we are. You guys in Ukraine, if that battle is to continue to be as successful, needs everybody stepping up to the plate. Are you worried of others maybe going a little wobbly?
Look, I'm an optimist. And I think that the whole world now understands that fight in Ukraine, war in Ukraine, when Ukrainians bravely counterattack Russian troops, we fighting not only for Ukraine, we're fighting for the whole Western world, for the whole Western values. And when we're talking, and I support the message from Liz Truss, this is just the message: help us to save you, help us to stop the Russian troops. It would be better do it on Ukrainian territory than to let them go to the NATO member states. And point number three, this is important, the message about the military assistance, but also the message from the British government, British Prime Minister. Hopefully it happened during her visit here. It would be the message for the possible investment, because everybody now believes that Ukraine will win and the victory would be with Ukraine. But the investment help us to provide reforms and helping us to return Ukraine back to the European family. That would be the vital for us. So 2 points. First, this is the deputinization of the Europe, deputinization of the world, and the strong unity of the Western world. And second message is the strong solidarity with Ukraine, exactly what British government, British people demonstrate, no matter under the time of my great friend Boris Johnson, the former Prime Minister, since he was a Foreign Secretary, and Liz Truss, who is extremely clear, extremely straightforward with the support of Ukraine. And even now, when she is in New York, I think that would be extremely important to have some different other initiative, including the message for nuclear security of the world. And with the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant, which is 10 times more powerful than Chernobyl, and which is now under occupation of the Russian troops who are trying to blackmail the whole world with the nuclear terrorism, definitely we need a decision for the special peacekeeping operation based on the decision of Security Council of United Nations, who would stay there and guarantee the nuclear security of the world.